Welcome to Salvaterra Pottery's channel, where we show you how we create pottery from our production studio and gallery located in Weaverville, North Carolina. Well, I'm back in the studio today, usually in the studio every day actually, and I am making butter trays. And this is not a covered butter dish, this is just a tray to put your stick of butter on, and I wanted to show you how I do that. So I start with strips of clay that I extrude out of my extruder, like, you know, the big Play-Doh factory. And so then I've got like 5 strips. I try to get them all about the same length, and then I can hack them up into the right size. So I cut them up in 10-inch strips, and that is exactly what I need to get the handles I want for them. And I pull a handle, and then to have it long enough so it can fit a full stick of butter. So let's get these cut up, and this is how I always do it. And some of these on the end are kind of crooked, but because I'm pulling the handle, I can probably still use those. So let me get rid of these scraps. All right, so I have never seen anybody else make their butter trays like I do. I usually see people start with a strip like this and then add an extra handle onto it. And I start with all one piece, and you can see how it's got a ridge on both sides here. And this was a handmade die. This wasn't a commercial die. We took a piece of wood, and I'll pull that out and show it to you at the end of the video, the die, because I already have it in the extruder and have clay in it. So anyway, here's my 10 inches, and you can see that I got a goofy end here, and that's the end I'm going to actually pull because I can straighten it up. And I always have this board that I use because I'm usually doing this sitting down. And let me change the camera a little bit. Thanks for watching. If you are enjoying our video, please consider supporting Salvaterra Pottery by purchasing a pot. You may do so through our website, salvaterrapottery.com, or better yet, visit us at our studio in Weaverville, North Carolina, just 10 minutes north of Asheville. Any purchase helps us to continue our educational videos and work in the studio. And remember to like and subscribe. It really does help other folks get to see our video. Now, back to the show. So the first thing I do is do the side that I'm not pulling. And what I'm doing is I'm curling up this edge like that. And then I take it and kind of curl it down a little bit and then push the edges down with 2 fingers. So it looks like that. All right, so this clay is pretty soft. Probably about as soft as I can use for this particular piece. And here we're going to pull, and I'm going to turn around this way. So hands wet in the bucket, get it wet, and because this clay is soft, it's going to take a really gentle touch. So the first thing you can see I do is I kind of fold the clay in on this end, and then I start gently pulling, and you just kind of spin it around. And there we go. And you want a pretty decent length because I like a nice hook on mine so you can get 2 fingers in. All right, and I like it narrow this way and kind of flat. So that is what it looks like right now. And I'm going to have to put it down to do the last part. All right, so there's what I have. And I'm opening this up a little bit so I have the length that I need. And I curl the little tip right there, and then I'm literally bending this forward, bend, and attach. Now there's plenty of slip on this from the pulling action, so I don't add any extra slip. And that is my butter tray right there. And it doesn't look so good sitting there, but in my hands. And so I can get 16 of these on a board. And if I do 4 strips down to the floor with my extruder, that gives me my 16. So let me pull this board here so you can see it again. So There it is. And it has a gentle curve on the piece. So because I'm right-handed and pull with the right hand, I always get my butter trays to kind of cock one direction. And so I go back a couple of different times and straighten them back up, because I can straighten them up and then I'll see them back over. So you just got to go back and straighten them up like maybe 3 times, and then they will stay nice and straight. So that is it for butter trays today. I'm going to probably do 2 boards, so 30, what is that, 32? And then get these rolling. These ones are going up to Blowing Rock, North Carolina. A friend of mine has a gallery up there called Traditions Pottery. So I will show you that die in a minute, and that is it today for pulling butter trays. So I told you I would show you what this die looks like that I have in my extruder, and I'm actually going to be doing another piece with my extruder after this. So I'm just going to leave this clay here. And let me unscrew this. So this is a North Star extruder, very popular extruder, and I actually have 2, one for brown clay and one for white clay, so I don't have to clean it out all the time. So that is the die right there, and you can kind of tell how long it is based on it goes from side to corner, and you know, if you have a North Star, then this will probably make sense to you. So that is the die, and I think those are all the tips about how to make a butter tray, how I do them with a graceful pulled handle. So that is it. See you next time. Bye.